Hello guys. So I was asked to make a guide on what happens when you hit rank 30. So this is going to be maybe a longer video than most, and I know a lot of you complain about that. So again, this is just to help those specific players. If not, this won't be interesting, and I think those players are actually going to care that it's a long video. So the very first thing is you usually just have hit rank 30. This is the point of this video. So you just got one legend. And the thing is, in Soccer Spirits, you want to base your team on your legend. There are a lot of legends, and some of them are really going to force you to go towards a certain element. Some are not. For example, William will not care. Jin is going to still allow you Rainbow. Duran allows you Rainbow. Now, Bell is really going to try to push you towards Mono Thunder. Leviator is also going to push you towards Mono Thunder. The light ones are going to try to push you towards light or a dual element with light. So again, just ask on the forum to have more specifics on your specific legend. But around then, you're going to use your legend to decide how you're going to make your team. You're going to ask on the forums who they think you should get based on who you have and who your legend is. So once you have this information, the very next thing you're going to do is you're going to save up GP, and you're going to go and scout. You're going to refresh for free, never pay gold for it, and you're going to wait till the day you find a player that's in that list, or a player you already own, just to soup him. The idea is to always give them the most points. Now, the second thing you're going to do, when there's players you know you're going to be keeping, you want to evolve them. So you're going to evolve them the first time, and all you're going to need to do is to grind the regular element matches. If you can't get the 5 stars, just evolve a bunch of 4 stars to 5, so it costs a bit of gold, but it's going to solve the hassle. The one thing that's going to be most frustrating is actually going to be to get these 2 special matches. A Black Hole Swirly, especially if you're running a dark team, they're actually not that common, so it's not a big deal, but sadly, these ones are really hard to get. You can only get 1 a week, so at the beginning of the game, if you see them in Scout, get them. So again, what you're going to do, step 1, ask, based on your legend, what team to make. When you know which legend, the players who you should keep, you're going to EE them. And the community is going to give you usually some pretty strong suggestions. Then, of course, when you get later on in the game, you're going to be able to build your team on your personal strategies. My team currently is not something anyone would usually recommend, so I'm going to tell you right now, it can work, but you got to know more about the game and have more legends for it to actually be functional. Now, to get the GP, you're usually going to do events. Currently, we're running the Thunder event with the Android. It's a great one to gain GP. I've gained around 1,000 GP in the last 3 days, so that's really great. Now, the second thing that you're gonna have a lot of issues is that when you're gonna hit the level, you're gonna realize you can no longer do the stone matches you used to do. Oh, actually, I made a mistake. That's the wrong level. That's futurely. So keep milking those stone matches as much as you can. Now, what you're gonna really want to do is you're gonna go look at the manager, trainer, scout. If I remember correctly, at level 30, you only have 2 sponsor slots, a trainer slot, and a scout slot. So for the sponsor slots, you're going to want one of these 2. They're both great. Peril gives you a chance for additional players when you win. So she's one you want to scout fast. And this is what I consider the most noob-friendly manager of the game. And you really want to get her as early on in the game as you can, because her active can generate 6-star rare spirit stones, who is something you're desperately going to need later on. So again, she is the most important of all the managers. Even if Lucy is powerful, she is the one you want. So at level 30, your ideal manager setup is going to be Lucy, Peril, Geralt. Those are premium managers, so you won't be able to get those 2. And then you can get Marineko. So that's the manager meta for level 30. You're going to ask the community what to get. You're going to look very closely at the events, because a lot of them are going to get 5 stars who at your level are something really great. When you've hit level 30, on average, you're going to be able to do Colosseum of Trials and pretty much go up to 15. That's usually where you're going to cap out. So I would say even if you cap out at 10, getting those premium tickets is a really great get. Because you can again throw them in, there's a counter. If you throw 50 draws, they're going to give you a free 5-star season 1. Get that at the beginning. Actually, always get that. So that's what you're going to try to do to get some more draws, because crystals is expensive, it's rare. If you feel like investing in the game, I'm not going to tell you buy the ridiculously priced packs who give you junk. If you were to buy a pack, well, not even this one, I was just trying to click on the 10-player pack. That's the only really valuable one. And once in a while, you have something called a legend pack. Those two are the only valuable paid ones. And then if you want to pay what I consider a supporter fee is getting this one, you get 20 crystal every day for a month. And I think it costs, depending on your country, usually an average of $7, euros. I don't know what your currency is. So this is what I'd say. Really just getting this to support the game and keep the updates coming is a nice gesture. And these are really optional. It depends on your mood. So this is what you're going to try to do. You're going to try a scout and space-time continuum. So really, it's a question of evolving your team. It's a question of upgrading your team. And now what you're going to slowly start realizing is you have gold. So your gold amount is going to slowly start rising. And what you're going to want to do with that gold is use the stones that Marineko is giving you, the 6-star stones only, and stick them on your players and then upgrade them. If needed, I've already posted a video that explains the stones in general. And if there's any player that you don't know or you can't find a good description, especially Season 2s, just put a request and I'll explain to you exactly what's needed. But again, there's multiple builds. It depends on your team, and you're going to want to stick stones. As long as they're the proper stones, you're going to see a huge increase. For any leaders, any Beelzebubs that you're going to get at the beginning, you're all going to stick them on your legend and your legend only. Because he's the one you're going to be keeping irrelevant of what happens. Okay, again, this is a leader, this is a Beelzebub, they give bonus stat, and this gives a sub, because you're not going to be drawing that legend again. And let's just say, let's make the legend OP. So again, these are two things you're only going to use on legends. I think a lot of people keep forgetting. Beelzebub 3-stars should never be used. Keep them to upgrade them in a 5-star. It's going to give, I think, 5 bonus stats. It gives more bonus stats on top of it if you throw it on a 5-star. A lot of people read it and they don't read it fast. This affects 1 stat. This affects all stats, 4 stats. So it's actually better. And again, when I'm talking about Spirit Stones, all you're looking for is the 6-star ones. Never anything below that. Unless they're rare and they're one of the following stones: Light Reflex, Andor Reflex, Thunder, wait, I just messed that one up, Thunder Defense, and depending on your team, you could either also be looking for Wormwind Action Speed or Dark Action Speed. These are the only rare stones that at 5-star you're actually going to try to give it a chance to turn into a 6-star, because they're, of course, rare, but these are stones you're going to be stacking on basically all your players. Well, this one is more of a goalkeeper one, but you're going to really want to re-roll it, so it's very good to have it either way. Unique stones are not really something for you. Depending if you want to grind levels or not, I would say don't grind them, but don't go only doing 1-1 and canceling it out to save the XP. I would say actually just play currently and you're slowly going to level up. Whenever you see your XP bar is close to leveling up, so in my case, I'm actually not that close anymore. But when I'm going to see I'm in the last 30,000, I'm going to start being a little bit careful just to be sure to try to get it to reset on some sort of event. My objective is going to be to get it to reset during the Saturday Gold match. So again, try to do the swirlies, try to do the gold matches, try to do the elemental matches, and just slowly upgrade your team. This is what you're going to want to try to do. Now again, I'm not going to insist enough on how events at the beginning of the game are going to be huge for you. So you're really going to look at them, because a lot of times you're going to give you 5-star. I'm just opening one of the current events. This event allowed you to see stars reveal a new one every day, and to literally choose the one you wanted. So being able to do that is extremely powerful for new players. So always keep a keen eye on the event page. If you see any special boss that you find interesting, it's very easy to get them. Okay, just farm for 2 weeks, you'll be able to get them. Later on, you'll be able to get them much faster. I mean, we're, I think, on the 3rd day of this event, or the 2nd day. I've already bought her once. Another very common mistakes that level 30s are going to do is because they can no longer do... Okay, for once I'm right. They can no longer do the only weekend Wednesday match, who was really great because it gave rivals. Now the thing is, rivals are in chains, and if you don't have the rival, you can't complete the chain. And when you pass level 30, you can no longer do these matches. We're going to give you any rival you can get. And you're going to see some temporary rival matches, and they're going to take around a year for you to be able to get that player again. So get at least 1 copy of every rival you can see. And when I say 1 copy, I only mean 1 copy. Most of them are very bad. You're not going to want them. You just want them for the chains. Plus, if you complete their chains, you can get more dimension stones and stuff later on. So again, get the rivals. This is something extremely major. A lot of people are forgetting. And if you're lower and you're getting close to 30 and you're just watching this to be informed, do this match the most you can. Because this is something that's going to be extremely frustrating later on when you got a great chain and you can't activate it because you're missing that one rival who happened so long ago that you can't remember. Or even worse, the rival who finished the week before and you know it's going to take years before you get him again. So this is the main ideas of what to do. Of course, I'm going to tell you, use your BP, use your soccer balls, use all your strength. On average, you should try connect for 5 minutes every 2 hours. Just open your phone, click 5 times, and it's basically over. Again, that's how you just grind your way back up. A little trick who a few of you might need is when you realize that you're at a point that you can't reset Colosseum of Despair, you can go in Colosseum of Trials and you can press on match 1-2. This is a match that is unfailable. So again, if you want that to turn your BP into GP and you can't do the main match, just do that. It's a little trick that a lot of people keep forgetting, and because of that, they're missing out on GP that could be something really valuable. In case you haven't done so, I would advise going in your formation, increasing the inventory slots. I've already capped them out at 510, but I'd say as you progress, once in a while, add 2 free slots. You don't need to push. I'd say a very decent amount is when you hit around 150 to 200. Like this, you're not constantly coming back to sell, but the base amount is just too low. And you want to also go in Scout and buy for crystals these 2 extra slots. Again, this is pretty cheap, so it shouldn't be such a big issue. Don't forget to always check your mail, to check the schedule for events, because once you go down, you're going to see there's a lot of great rewards in the mail. I'm currently not using them, but this is for a stream I'm going to be doing later on. So these are really the key points I would say for a new player to do. There's a lot of guides out there who are going to be explaining this in maybe more details, going to put out a few things. But I was just trying to show basically in video with a bit of audio what I would say a new player needs to do. If you're a new player and I didn't answer one of your questions, please write it down in the comments. I'll answer you. And if it's something really important, I'll even make a new video about this. Again, I'm just trying to help players. And if you like this video, subscribe. And if you want to request another video, just put it again in the comments. Contact me either on the Soccer Spirit forums or any other place. My user is always the same. Have a good day, and I hope that this will help you slowly advance in the world of Soccer Spirits.